Hello, Professor. This is Alberto Martínez with my demo for Lab 3. Getting into the code, we have our enable interrupts function, and we have this variable, current pitch, takes the SysTick reload value every time it is changed, and this one takes the ADC data every time that changes. This array right here, pitch, has all the SysTick reload values for each one of the nodes, and they were acquired, for example, DO here is at 262 hertz. So if we take the clock of 80 megahertz, divide that by 262, and then divide that by the 32 bits, we achieve these reload values here. We also have our sine wave for note generation, and we have our index. Following it up with our ADC initialization function, where we will initialize port E and set it as an input, giving it alternate function and disabling digital and enabling analog, as well as activating the ADC and giving it some time to reload. This is in order to transfer analog signals and converting it into digital to read our potentiometer. Further on, we also have this ADC here, which will store any values in this data here, and then it will look at when we start the ADC, and it will look at that bit until that bit goes down to 0. We will know that we have finished, and we will read the data and clear that flag, and the data again is stored in that data variable. Here we have the DAC initialization, which is of course taking the digital output of our pins and turning that into an analog signal which we can read. It will do a delay here and with this clock, and then we will make the port B320, we're going to make that outputs as well as enabling digital function, because this is the digital part of the lab. Of course, we have our SysTick initialization. This one is just for starting it, the SysTick, just initializing it, and this one down here is in order to give it the different reload values that we need. Down here we have the digital to analog out, which will read that data from and take it from port B. Here we have the SysTick handler, which will index through the array of our sine wave here, and output it as our DAC here. Moving on from that, we have we're setting PLL, so everything's running at 80 megahertz, and then we have the ADC initialization. We initialize SysTick without a period, and then we enable interrupts. So then in our while loop, we're going to be reading the data from the ADC, so our potentiometer is going to take it in, and then that value will be from 0 to 4096. So wait, 0 to 4095. So then I divided that value by 8, giving us 512. So starting from 0, 512 going up every single time. It will change the pitch depending on how much the potentiometer has moved. And we're going to store that pitch array into the current pitch that we need, and then change the reload value for our SysTick down here. And as to get on to the demo here, now that I have started it, we are starting at, so you can see up here, we're starting at C, and if I move it up, I should go to D, E, F, G, then it should be back to A, B, then finally C5 to give us our scale. And yeah, this is just running, the changing part is just the potentiometer, changes the pitch depending on how I move it. And yeah, that should be everything. Have a great day.